Perfect. All right.
Just to help you out, I'm gonna also record
Sounds good.
because I know that can be persnickety at times with the recording and everything. So.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if like you get it back and the quality's crap or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not real happy making like proposing broad sweeping changes unless I'm dominating the metagame. I feel like that's not fair. If I'm going to propose them, I have to be constantly dominating.
I got you. Well, keep in mind too. I'm trying not to do too many sweeping changes at this point. Like we're trying to be a little more methodical about stuff in the future.
I'm putting stuff in the notes that I don't expect to get done for months. But like what I wrote today about like guns, like no one's loving the crossbows. No one's saying that like there couldn't be there isn't a big difference between the best gun in the game and the crossbows. Like, I think that's a fairly reasonable. Like, I'm not saying exactly what I suggested is going to get picked out, but what I'm saying is that I think it's agreed upon that maybe there could be some changes made there. I don't think anyone really disagreed with that.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I could pretty much agree with it. I have to read. Well, I probably have to go back and read it again.
It was long. Mostly, what I'm just saying is that there's not a lot of reason to use a crossbow or even a bow, but especially crossbows, given how strong the full hot is as a gun. Like it's hard. There aren't many. Everything that can block the foot or everything that it reduces damage or can help dodge from the full hot also affects guns and crossbows.
Right. Yeah.
And like on top of arrow guard and top of those things being able to be evaded, it's really hard to have those things in a competitive environment the same way. That's all.
Yeah, I got you. That makes sense.
And I just base it off of like every match. I feel like there's at least one gun user, whereas
in most cases there is.
Yeah, whereas I don't see many bows and I don't see hardly any crossbows.
Well, bows tend to be, or at least archer specifically, tend to be more map dependent anyways, right? Like
yeah, and that's something you can't account for really. Like that's like you want ideally when you're making your team, you want something that's universally good. Bows might be better in some cases, but guns are probably better in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Whoa, what was it? Oh, special controls might be enabled. Just letting you know. I think that's what that little like. No, I just see the little red exclamation. I'm like, wait, what was that? I think that's what that was. I didn't trigger it, thankfully. But I think that might have been what popped up.
Well, there's a little bit of lag on my end since I'm recording, like teeny tiny bit. So I wouldn't notice it.
I gotcha.
That's kind of where like I understand aim has its uses, and I don't like it personally, but I understand that there's a purpose or a point to it. But that's also where like item's always going to be good. Aim might be good sometimes, but item is always going to be a good skill set to have on a unit, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean aim isn't the best thing in the game. I do plan on looking at that later, maybe probably doing a skill set rework. Because I mean, even then, there's at least the bottom 3 or 4 aim abilities you'd never use anyways, just because of even with the reduced clock ticks, it's still just not practical to use most cases.
Well, even like the
Like 2 and 3, you could probably use, but that's about it.
But even then, 2 and 3, like with the Sagittarius bow, that means you're doing 48 to 72 extra damage, which like, you know, who the fuck, you know, that can be game winning, but it's probably not going to be game. You know what I mean? Like that's probably not going to change things too much.
Yeah, I want to say that.
No, guns, it's crazy because even having them restricted to 1, like, you know, you're usually not going to have a team full of gun users, but you're having 1, like, you only really need 1 for it just to be kind of devastating just how they are. Or just by their nature, I should say.
So one of the kids are getting yelled at. Let me see.
Everything all right? What happened?
All right, I'm gonna go on mute for a second and see what's up.
Go for it.
No, that's not good. Why did I give you your password for you? I get that, but I gave you his account password for me. I would.
Good game.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm paying attention to it halfway, but I caught that last bit.
So, all right. Let's see. I'm gonna try another experimental team.
Sure.
Let's see. What do we get? Siege wall. All right. I'll tell you when I'm hosting here in a second. Hosting. And I'll make sure the special controls are off this time. No, they didn't change anything, but
I mean, ultimately didn't. Yeah. Hold on a sec. I might miss that window. 1 second. Okay, come on. All right, joining now. You might close out. I might catch you last second though.
okay.
Oh, nope.
It's a no vote. All right, let me try hosting. Network initialized.
All right, now we're good.
All right. Special controls off. Trap placement none. All right, and there we go.
All right. All right, so Siedge Weald. Okay.
It's
All right.
Ready.
Let's do it. That was a pretty nice. It's a pretty nice Rias teleport though. I think.
Thanks. I got the idea from Wingman, except I wanted my guy to live at the end afterwards.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
I did it a little differently. I mean,
Mhm.
she didn't have a lot of. I mean, she got taken down by the gun, but she did good. I thought it worked out well.
I mean, yeah, for what you were doing with the Telly and the Unholy, yeah, that was pretty good hit. Ninja Merrick, okay, interesting.
Merrick has the highest base speed out of all the other units. So, and that makes him do the highest damage with throw.
I did not even realize it.
Throw with concentration is basically another possibly more powerful gun.
Yeah.
Which is how I'm basically using it, because there's enough stuff that for throwing purposes I'm probably not going to run out. Like,
You should, for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cherry, Javelin, all that.
Though, you know what's weird is the multiplayer items don't show up on the throws, on the ninja's throw list, so I always thought that was interesting.
Yeah, they were excluded. I think it's just because they have to be acquired through that mode, like through Rendezvous or whatever.
I get it. It's just it's an interesting little thing. You know, you think it's just how the game works.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting quirk. Do onion.
Mm-hmm.
I can never bring myself to find onionites. Like
they're not as bad with Shirat Oregon. It's just
they're not as bad, but they're I don't know. It's just hard to make them work. I think they work best as archers, which I see you did for one of them. I think that's ideal.
Mm-hmm.
I still like the idea of giving them a skill set that that basically has one skill from five different classes, something like that. I think that'd be a cool idea.
Through. Okay. Alright, so actually I meant to check that Mystic's health. The golem went off. What was it? I just broke it. Yeah, I just broke it.
Yeah, she doesn't have much, but that's not the point.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely get the point.
The point is she just blocks. You know, she blocks that one attack that'll get you.
Mm-hmm.
And she stays in a corner and basically casts Summon.
Alright, let's see. It's a pretty good hit.
Thanks. Plus, Mara comes with the basically innate atheist, no matter what class he's in, which is really, really handy in terms of blocking out things that get around Golem and
Oh yeah, for sure.
things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's a ninja, he already has, you know, at least okay evasion from the front. I mean, if I really wanted to play it safe, I could tag a feather mantle on him instead of what I'm doing. But still pretty good as is.
Yeah.
Plus, I like my strategy now of casting Golem in the corner.
I mean, if that's the main focus, yeah. It's pretty reasonable.
Well, it's just great at, you know, it.
You know, they're getting in danger
this
and
game,
everything.
yeah, I don't have to do it. I get a free pass on physical attacks, as long as I can keep it up. And I mean, honestly, for the most part, it works. It's hard to get around it.
Yeah.
I think I like the Reese theme better. It's a little faster, though. Granted, we are on a smaller map, so.
Mm-hmm.
What would be interesting is if you ever did like a real tournament, like not spur of the moment, like something that was actually set up. If you let each player pick the map they wanted, like each player picked one map that they wanted, and then If there's a tie, you do it at the Gallows as a tiebreaker.
I do. I have the rules set to if there's a tiebreaker. Golgollada is the tiebreaker map. It's 5 minutes 20 actions on a tiebreaker fight.
Yeah,
It's a pretty straightforward.
Oh yeah. What I was saying is you could have that way the player could like prepare for like that map that they picked out. You know, if you were doing a real tournament.
Well,
I think that'd be interesting.
The map select is used to in tournament play. So you get currently, if I was doing like a full on tournament ahead of time and stuff, obviously prepped. What I'd do is I'd have everyone do what would be roster registration, so that way a player can one second. That way a player can submit their team of 5 plus 2 additionals to go into their tournament roster, and then they play with that tournament roster. However, game 2 and game 3, they can swap out. They can swap out, the two reserves into their main team if they want. But games 1 and tiebreaker are the main team. So the map select gives you you know what map you're going to get, but you're pretty much forced to play your main team in the first.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. As long as I just giving the player some planning of I need to be careful, because I might, if I knew what map I was going to get, I might design a team differently if I'm playing in Garland versus the Gallows or something like this.
Yeah, of course. I got you.
Because that's what I was thinking of the bows. They were like, I feel like guns are probably better on more maps than bows are, but there are maps where bows are useful.
Mm-hmm.
Or where they have a slight advantage.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. And then, let's see. Double slot. All right.
Oh. I was lucky with that double stop, by the way.
Always.
I would have had you at this point into the video. Fuck out of here. There we go.
All right, GG.
GG. And even though they were stopped, my guys are technically still alive.
Oh, but of course.
All right. Well,
It was good. It was good though.
That was good. I'm happy with the scene. I'm gonna take off. If you need the recording, let me know though. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, I want to end mine right now.